So, Anna, could you please state your name and where you're from?
Yes, I'm Anna Cunningham, and I'm from Wake County, and I'm a parent and family member of a wonderful daughter with intellectual developmental disability.
And Cheryl, can you please give your full name and where you're from?
I'm Cheryl Powell. I'm from Wilmington, North Carolina. I'm a self-advocate and member of the Council of Developmental Disabilities.
Perfect. So as you both know, March is Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. So Anna, I'm going to start with you. What does being DD aware mean to you?
Being aware of developmental disabilities means having a better understanding about the lives of individuals who have developmental disabilities and their families. And it helps to feel more natural and comfortable around us and to include us more in the community and the fabric of the life of like everyone else.
And Cheryl, what does being DD aware mean to you?
Being DD aware means to me that you're just aware that everybody should be treated the same. There is really very little difference between someone with a developmental disability and someone without. The truth is we're all the same and we just want to be treated the same.
Awesome. So what kind of opportunities would you like to see for the IDD community in North Carolina?
I'd like to see more employment and career-driven for people with disabilities. They deserve careers, not just jobs.
And I'm going to ask you the same question. What kind of opportunities would you like to see for the IDD community of North Carolina?
I agree. I think that having more opportunity for financial asset development for families and for individuals is critical to the future of the health and well-being of the entire community. Things, for example, that help people with intellectual and developmental disabilities are the same sorts of things that help anyone in the community. Technology advances in how we interact and educate and learn from each other. I have had just a wonderful experience of getting to know wonderful individuals of all different kinds of abilities, and I'd actually say that many of us actually would look in the mirror and go, you know, we are very much alike, and what a privilege it is to be able to get to know these wonderful gifts from each other. So thank you very much.
All right. So if you could tell the people of North Carolina one thing about the disability community, what would you tell them?
I would tell them that we're just like you. There's nothing different. We want to be treated the same. We want our rights to be recognized, and that we just have a lot to offer. And there's so much that we can do, and I just expect so much from this community.
And in terms of employment, education, housing, what kind of opportunities would you like to see happen in North Carolina?
I would like to see North Carolina really embrace a career path for people with individual intellectual disabilities and developmental disabilities, because I truly believe that there's so many that are capable of that, of achieving more than just janitorial work. That's fine, that's great if that's what you want to do, but I feel like there's so much more that can be done. I also love to see more opportunities for education. I'd love to see more people graduating from college and earning degrees. I just expect a lot of people. I expect a lot because I know a lot can be achieved, and that's why I feel so passionate about it.
Anna, what about you?
I wholeheartedly agree. I think some of the most bravest people, the most capable people I have met have been individuals who have been classified as having intellectual and developmental disabilities. I think that we have to really look at the strengths and the assets that they have and they bring to the table every day. And we see it at the council, we see it in our communities, and we want to see it more and more.
And one last question. How can the entire community, how can the entire community be more DD aware about people with disabilities, people without disabilities, working together, playing together, living together?
Well, one of the ways is certainly to get to know someone who has an intellectual developmental disability. They, just as Cheryl has shared, they are just like anyone else, and they love to interact. And I actually want to be very clear and say we have learned so much from each other. Cheryl has brought so much to the table for me to learn about employment, and I have taken that back to other works that I do, and I feel like that you enrich each other through your shared interests, just like anyone else. If you both have a shared interest in poetry, or in reading, or in theater, it's the same thing. There are just wonderful opportunities out there, and I so embrace the chance to be able to see it through the lens and the unique perspective of everyone.
And Cheryl, for you, why is it important for the community to understand the value of people with IDD?
It's important for people to understand, the community in general to understand that people with IDD do have something to offer. It's important to, like Anna said, get to know someone with IDD, treat them as a friend. I think once you find that you have a common interest, and friendship just develops. Most of my friends do not have disabilities. It's just a matter of getting to know people, and I just feel like if we learn that just because somebody may be in a wheelchair, they may use a walker, that doesn't make them different necessarily. It just means that that's what they used to get around. I just truly feel like the community where I live, they've been very good to me, and I know that in general people have a good heart. I see the good in people, and I think it really comes from a place of caring. When you care about others in general, it's just going to come naturally. So if you care about people, you'll tend to care about people with disabilities.
Perfect.